Good morning, class. Happy Thursday. Today in math, we are doing the last new thing for our triangles unit, okay? Today we are going to be drawing triangles, okay? And so this is the last bit of new content that we have today, but tomorrow we're gonna be doing some extra practice, and on Monday we're gonna be doing some review because on Tuesday I'm going to be sending home a test for you to do, okay? It's probably going to be more like a quiz, but that will be the actual end of our unit, but today is the last new thing for our unit, okay? And we are going to be drawing triangles, so we're gonna be having lots of fun. So we're gonna start in our textbooks again. We're on page 65, because I just wanted to remind you what it's like to draw a triangle, okay? So you can see in our example, our triangle has a 4-centimeter base, and then the angles given are 80 degrees and 40 degrees. Okay, so in order to draw this triangle, first we're going to draw the length of the side that we have. So it says, first I draw the side 4 centimeters long. Okay, so you can see that here. Okay, then I draw the two angles using a protractor. So we're going to get our protractors out, and we've got 40 degrees here. And so you can give it just a little dot at the 40 degree mark, and then make the line, and then the 80 degree here, and then where they intersect, that's where your triangle is closed. Okay, so let's do some more practicing with drawing. We're gonna look at pages 66 and 67 together, and you're going to need a protractor and a ruler, and you can even use your set squares or set triangles, sorry, as well to follow along with me, because I want you to draw at least one of the triangles with me. Okay, so find yourself a lined piece of paper or just a blank paper. It's more for practice, and you'll have the chance to do it in your workbook, but please follow along with me as we draw some more triangles together, okay? Okay, so we're starting on page 66 here, and our instructions are to draw a triangle PQR, in which PQ is 5 centimeters, angle PQR is 90 degrees, and angle QPR is 40 degrees. So they've kind of given us in the thought bubble what it's going to look like, right? But let's go through the steps together, okay? So the first step is to draw PQ, line PQ with 5 centimeters. And I'm just going to use my set triangle here because it has centimeter measurements, okay? So I'm starting at 0 and I'm going to 5. Okay, and I'm going to label it because this is line PQ. Okay, next, so it says to draw a line perpendicular to PQ. So perpendicular means that it intersects at a right angle. Okay, so as I've mentioned before, our set squares have this perpendicular line, this perpendicular angle, sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to use that. It looks like my perpendicular line is a little awry here, but I'm going to line it up here with the bottom, and then I'm going to go straight up. Yeah, sorry. Okay, and I'm just going to go a ways because I'm not sure where this line will intersect, because now I have to bring my protractor over. Okay? So we've got our 90 degree angle. Okay, we've got our right angle. And this is angle PQR. And so the third step is to use, or the second step, I guess, is to use a protractor to draw a 40 degree angle, okay? So I've got my protractor here, and I'm gonna line it up with the end of P and make sure that the straight across also lines up. And then I'm just gonna do a little dot right here at 40 degrees, okay? That is how I make sure that my angle here is 40 degrees using that little dot. And now I get to use a ruler, and of course I'm gonna start on the P, and I'm gonna just line it up so that it goes through the dot that I've made, okay? So we're going straight up, and look at that. It worked out. And I've got to label my angle. So this is angle RPQ, and they gave us 40 degrees. And that is what we've drawn, okay? So that's number 1. So we followed the process. We had our 2 lines here matched at a right angle, and then we completed it by making a 40-degree angle and connecting the lines, okay? So let's keep going. Let's look at number 2 together. Okay, number 2 says draw triangle ABC in which AB equals 6 centimeters, BC equals 4 centimeters, and angle ABC equals 60 degrees. Okay, so we're giving 2 lengths and 1 angle. And you see that they've, again, given us the thought bubble, so we should be able to see what it looks like and have that idea in our head as we try to recreate it. So again, we're following step 1. Okay, so we're gonna draw AB at 6 centimeters. All right, I'm gonna move it a little lower here. Okay, so again, I'm starting with 0 and I'm going to 6. Okay, and I'm gonna label it so I keep track of what I've done. This is line AB. Okay, so then it tells us to do the angle next. And we need to do this angle next because even though we're given a length for this side, we have to make sure that it's at 60 degrees going up so that when we connect our triangle, it's gonna be accurate. Okay, so let's find the angle. So we're gonna get our protractor out, okay? And I'm putting it on the corner of B and making sure that's lined up along my AB line. And then I'm gonna give myself a dot at 60 degrees, okay? And so I'm using this half of it and making sure that I'm finding 60 degrees there, okay? And so now I have my dot, but because we know how long line BC is, instead of just going for it and making a line out, I'm going to make my line as long as it tells me, okay? And it tells me that it's 4 centimeters. So I've got to line my ruler up at 0 centimeters, and I'm only gonna go to 4. Okay, ready? So my line will stop there. Even though the dot that I drew is way out here, that was just because that's the size of the protractor, right? But this, because they've told us that it's 4 centimeters, that's where I have to stop there, okay? And we've got 6 centimeters here, and we've got our 60 degrees here, okay? And then all I need to do, as it shows us here, is to join the triangle together and make our complete triangle, okay? And so for that, I just need to get to the point and go down to the point of A. And I'm just gonna label C to finish it off. Okay, so there is our next triangle. All right, so now we're gonna do number 3 together. So number 3 has 4 triangles for us to draw together. So let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna start with A. And A, they've given us 2 lengths, 5 centimeters and 7 centimeters. And they've given us the handy little box that tells us that this angle is 90 degrees. So that's the information that we get to use to make our own triangle. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my baseline, which they told us is 7 centimeters. Okay, I'm gonna do this one over here. So I'm starting at 0 and I'm going to 7. Okay, and then they've told us that our right angle's here, so this is line AB, and our right angle's here, and the line going up is 5 centimeters. Okay, so I'm gonna use my perpendicular line here, and I'm using this one because it has the line, and there you go, has the lines starting right there. So this is my right angle, and I'm gonna go up 5 centimeters. Okay, and there's our right angle. And that top is C, and then the last thing we need to do is just connect our triangle together. Okay, so there is A of number 3. All right, so now using your protractor and your ruler, whatever that looks like. If you're using a set square, that's fine. Or if you want just a straight ruler, that's fine. So please give B a try. Okay? So we've been given this time 2 angles and 1 length. Okay, so you got to start with the length and then form your 2 angles off the ends of it. And then it's just when they intersect that you're gonna get to C. Okay, so I want you to try that on your own now. Pause the video here and give that a try, and then we will do it together. So here we are with B. We're gonna start with our line at the bottom, and this time it's 8 centimeters. So I've got my set squared, and I'm going 8 centimeters long. Okay, and I'm gonna label my lines A and B. Okay, and the angle on this side for A is 40 degrees. So I've got my protractor. I'm gonna line it up with the dot, the point of A, and make a straight line. And then I'm gonna put my dot at 40 degrees. And again, this might not be where the point is, but this just marks it so I know that I'm at 40 degrees and I can connect it with a line. So I'll do that now. And I'm gonna start with A and go through. And I'm just gonna go a ways, okay? Because it doesn't matter how long it is, because we have to use this angle over here as well to determine where the triangle is closed. Okay, so I've got my protractor on this side now at the point of B, and I'm going to mark 60 degrees because that's the angle that we've been given. So here, let me quickly label 40 degrees and 8 centimeters. And now we have 60 degrees. So I'm gonna use my ruler and connect the line. And it looks like I don't have to extend. Okay, so we have 60 degrees. So when you're doing your lines and you're not given a specific length, you can just carry it out a ways and then erase whatever's left after you've formed the point with the other angle. Okay, it just so happens that I've managed to get it on point, but if you extend it beyond, that's okay. Just erase it once you have your closed triangle. Okay, and I'm gonna just give this the final label of a C. All right, let's quickly do, so that was B. Let's quickly do C and D together. Okay, and again, I want you to try, I want you to try these each on your own before watching with me. Okay, so pause the video here to try C on your own. Okay? All right, let's do C together. So C, we've been given our base measurement for 6 inches, okay? And then we've been given a side of 5 inches and an angle of 50 degrees. Okay, so make sure you have a ruler that has inches, okay? So here are my inches. And this triangle is gonna be bigger, so you might need a new page. So, we've got 6 inches, and I'm gonna put it way down here so we have room for our 5-inch height as well. Okay, so here's my 6 inches, okay? And that's our line with A and B. 6 inches, okay? So the next step we need to do is our angle so that we know how far to go with our 5-inch line, right? So we are going up 5 inches to get to C, but we need to go at a 50-degree angle. So here's my protractor. I'm gonna line it up with B and put a dot next to 50 degrees, just at the end of the protractor, okay? And then I'm going up 5 inches. So here's my 5 inches. I'm gonna line it up with B. Actually, I'm gonna split this around. Okay. I'm gonna line it up with B. And we're going through the dot at 50 degrees. And we're going to 5 inches. So there we go. Okay, that's my 5 inches and my 50 degrees. And so that means that all we need to do now is close our triangle, okay? So we're gonna start at A and we're going up to C. So make sure you're lining it up with the dot for C. And there is D. Okay. So we've got one more to do together. We're gonna do D. Sorry, this was C. This one is D. And we're gonna do this one together. So again, pause the video and try it on your own, and then we'll walk through it together. Okay? So this triangle, we've been given 2 angles and a base measurement. So we're gonna start with our base measurement as usual. And I've got my inches here, and it's telling us it's 7 inches. Okay? So here we are at 7 inches. Okay? I'm going to label that, and my letters are still A and B. Okay, so the angle coming out of A, they've told us, is 30 degrees. So I'm going to mark my point on the line, make sure it lines up, and just give myself a dot at 30 degrees. Okay. And then I'm going to just draw a line, and I'm going to draw this pretty long this time just to see. Okay, I'm going to just end it there and hope that that's pretty good. Because our other line angle on this side is 100 degrees. Okay, so we've got to do what we always do and make sure that you're measuring it right. So on B, we're going up this side, and we're going to use the outside numbers. So I'm going to put a dot there. But on this side, I used my inside number because I'm only going up from this to here. So I need the inside number. All right, so here's my dot. So I already can see that I'm gonna need to extend my first line. But we're going up here this way at 100 degrees. Okay, so I'm gonna do that one a ways, and then I have to come back over here and extend my line just a little bit, okay? And there you go. And here, I'll scoot it down. That's our triangle. And we have 100 degrees here. And we have our 30 degrees here. Okay, and that is how you draw these triangles. So now it's your turn. All right, so your task for today is workbook exercise 44, okay? And it's only one page. You're just drawing 2 triangles according to the instructions. So we've had lots of practice together with our textbook, and now you get to do it completely on your own with 2 triangles that they've given you the information for. And they've given you a thought bubble again, just to help you have an idea of what the triangle should look like. So make sure that your triangle ends up similar to these. But follow the instructions that are given to you. And as always, start with the baseline and then work with the angles. And in this case, use the baseline and then the angle to find the second line. Okay? And I'm sure you'll do just fine. Okay? Have fun.